Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dan Priest Show, brought to you by the Kenyon Sports Connection. I'm Matthew Ruskin, and to my left, Dan Priest, head coach of men's basketball. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So jumping right into it, everyone's coming back to school, so they weren't here over the break, and you ended with 2 tough conference losses. Can you just kind of take us through the Worcester game and the DePaul game, and kind of what the keys were to that game?
Sure. Well, Worcester's obviously really, really good. They're number 2 in the country for a reason. We didn't play very well, but they're very good. They, for anyone to beat them in their league, they're going to have to play really, really well. We were kind of in the game for about the first 10 minutes. We were able to control tempo a little bit, and then things got away a little bit from us there kind of at the end of the half. Second half, we battled a little bit, but when you're down like that, they have 2 really good players, maybe the 2 best, 2 of the best, if not the 2 best players in our league. So they're really, really good. We certainly could have played better, but they're obviously really good. The DePaul game, we hung in there. We couldn't score. We've had trouble scoring the past 3 games, so try and get that corrected a little bit. But we battled. We played some defense. We were in there. We just we got down by 6, 8, 10 there, and couldn't quite get back over the hump. But we guarded, played a little bit of defense. We just couldn't make enough shots to get back over the hump.
And you mentioned that Worcester is the number 2 team in the nation. How does playing a team of that caliber benefit your own program?
Sure. Well, we tell guys in our league you're going to play really good teams. So you can go to a league where you're not going to play good teams, and maybe you win a few more games. But in our league, you get a chance to play. Nationally, Wittenberg's ranked nationally. Ohio Wesleyan's ranked 22nd. DePaul was ranked at one time. So there's a big reward for if you win in our league, you've beaten somebody good. You get a chance to play to measure yourself against the really top teams in the country. So we try and spin it as a positive thing, and try and challenge yourself against the really best ones, and they certainly are.
All right, so now for everyone's favorite part of the show, the off-topic topic. We wanted to know, if you could spend one day with a historical figure, who would it be and why?
Well, I guess I gave it a little more thought. I'd probably give some kind of war general or somebody military significance or political significance, or maybe a old-time sports person. But I would say J. Edgar Hoover would be the former FBI director. If he would speak freely, there's probably a lot of interesting stories and a lot of interesting stuff in the brain that that'd be interesting to find out.
So let me just make sure that this is the only camera in the room right now. I'm a little worried now.
That's right.
So now you guys are about to hit the grind of the conference schedule. A lot of games really close together, all NCAC teams. What do you tell your team to keep them fresh, both physically and mentally?
Well, it's hard. Basketball's a hard sport in terms of 2 semesters. You cover Christmas break, Thanksgiving break. It's a grinder. It's really long. So I think being back on campus helps a little bit. With students back on campus, gives us a little more just energy around campus. Gives a little bit they're back into a routine a little bit. But you've got to try and ways to keep them fresh. You got to keep working at it, but you got to try and keep them as fresh as you can. And we try and give them a little time off. We try and work them hard. We try and mix things up. Like I said, hopefully having a little bit of energy back on campus helps. But there's no question you got to try and grind it out, but you got to keep them fresh. And hopefully you get to early February there, and you still got some. You got to keep things fun for them that they're still enjoying coming to the gym. But it's a grinder. It's a hard time of the year.
And how hard do you have to run them in practice to find that balance of keeping them in shape with the stamina, but not pushing it too far?
It is. It's really hard. We worry about them wearing down a little bit. We try and still get them in the weight room, but you're not going to be in as much as you want. You want to keep them in shape, but you certainly want to have fresh legs. So we're always off on Sunday. We shorten our practices a little bit. We try and go with a little bit more intensity in a condensed period of time, but it's something we think about all the time. Should you be practicing 2.5 hours? Should you just be practicing an hour? You've got to keep their wind, but you don't want guys getting hurt, and certainly have to have some. Sometimes we came back from Christmas break after a long break, and we seem to shoot it fairly well and seem to have a lot of energy. So there's a real balance there. It's kind of tough to figure out sometimes.
So this Wednesday, got a big rivalry game. Denison is coming to Gambier. Can you take us to the keys of winning? It is an emotional game for the students playing a rival.
Sure. No, it's a big rival in every sport. I think for us, it's maybe not quite as big. Just another good team that we get to play. So for us, it's a chance to see if we can get back on track, get back to playing. I think all the games in our league are emotional. Maybe the Denison game, maybe a little bit more so. But the past 3 years since we've been here, we split with them every year, so they've been fairly even deals. And there's a little emotion if we maybe have a little bit better crowd support from both sides. We'll bring some students down to Granville, and I think they'll have a pretty decent crowd there too. So you do get a little bit of that, but for us, it's a chance to see if we can get back on track, play another good team in our league, and kind of get back to doing what we need to do.
And then this weekend, you're playing Wabash. at Wabash. So can you give us the keys to that matchup?
Sure. Well, we haven't looked as much film, obviously, but it's a hard trip. We go there and back in one day. It's 4.5, 5 hours to get there. So, plus plan out the day, making sure once you get there and once the ball goes up that the guys are ready in terms of, when we've eaten, how much travel, getting them ready once we get there, getting them a little time off their feet. So, we'll kind of start to evaluate once we get done on Thursday. But it's a long day, and trying to have them just kind of mentally ready to go when we go there. And they're playing better. They'd won 3 in a row up until they got beat Saturday, but they won 3 in a row up till then. So we'll have our work cut out for us.
Well, Coach, thank you for being here. And for all the fans out there, this Wednesday, if you want to head out to Granville, Ohio to go see them play Denison, the men are playing at 8 and the women at 6. So go out and support the guys and women. And Coach, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I'm Matthew Ruskin for the Kenyon Sports Connection. This is the Dan Priest Show. Thank you for joining us.